Namaste everyone. We'll start the today's session and I'm sharing the screen. So welcome to all, and today is a Natural Ecology Group 74th webinar, and the topic is NELG farmlands. And this basically these for those who already attended earlier meetups and who visited with us earlier farm visits. And this based on the concept LELG 1 acre model or NELG 1 hectare model, which is a blueprint of having a farmlands and do the natural farming. And simple in one liner is, and natural farming is eighth activity in natural ecology group, and why we put that natural farming as a group, and what is we mean by natural farming, and what the school of thought and what we follow here, and that's what I'm going to explain. And in detail of this concept, I'm going to explain in the next week as a walkthrough. And today we'll talk more about the execution part of it. So as you see in the slide, be a farmer, work with family farmers, and options to invest to get your food from your own farm. So, and this is the agenda, what we are going to cover. I already shared this in the morning in the group. And so for whom this concept or this activity or this program is meant for? If you are an investor, if you are looking for investor role, then you can mail us. Or if you want to own a farmland and to start natural farming, then this is the right forum. So what is the motto? Our land, our soil, our produce, healthy way, health, and a way to reduce global warming. In Telugu, it comes like a మన పొలం మన మట్టి మన పంట ఆరోగ్యం అందరి ఇంట భావితరాల అవసరం తగ్గుతుంది భూతాపం. So how the natural farming is related to reducing the global warming? What is the reason? What is the ecology behind it? That we are also going to know about it. So invest in a real estate and do natural farming. And this is the one motto. Invest in farmlands and get your food from your farm. Lease the farmlands to get farm produce from the farm. Do farming as a like-minded group with 0% to 100% involvement. So first we come to for the discussion, what are our needs? Basically, everybody need a food, and which kind of food, and from where it should come, and what is the relation to that food that we are going to discuss. So our food should be a nutritious food and without any chemicals, pesticides, and naturally grown, which has a full of nutrients. And what is the correct source of getting that fruit? So best thing is the forest. We should get our produce from the forest, but it doesn't mean that we need to go to forest and we need to exploit the trees and plants and other beings there. But our farm should be like a forest. This is what food should come from the forest, and our farm should be like a forest. This is the one liner. Now, even though we take a costly food or imported food and we buy from the organic stores and all with different meanings, but it doesn't have any nutrition and it doesn't help us to detoxify. It doesn't help us to cleanse our body. Then definitely we're not going to get a health. And when we don't have a health, and even we have a wealth, it doesn't make any sense. So this is what our need, and what is the future? We all know in this chemicals rich modern living, the pollution is increasing day by day, It may be air pollution, water pollution, land pollution, mine pollution. There are different ways to get the pollution. So what is our future? Full of chemicals. All the corporatization is coming. We know recently the farmers bill is accepted, and who will get benefit from that? Whether the bill is there or not there, farmer will not get his share. So definitely it is a beginning or is a starting point for the corporations to enter. So I'll say if you properly observe what happened in the US, the same thing is happening here on the name of Green Revolution. Before the Green Revolution and after the Green Revolution, the farmers used to have their own seeds, they used to generate their own manure, they used to do collective farming, there is no lack of manpower. So all the ecosystem is built, supporting system is inbuilt. But due to global green revolution, we the policies, the government policies or corporation policies made the farmers to depend on the external seeds on the name of improvised seeds or hybrid seeds to get the more yield. So and then those required more fertilizers and synthetic fertilizers and importing. Even now, India is importing tons of urea and DAP, all the stuff, because we can't generate on our own. So we are depending on the external. So as a farmer, the input cost is increasing more and more. So the seeds are not correct, the manure is not correct, the way he is producing is not correct. So when the input cost is more, and definitely is not going to get a good rate, because uh, even from the human psychology point of view, there are many ways. Once the farm produce comes from farm, it has to go to the processing, wholesale, retail, and customers. By the time everybody will take their share, and the poor farmer or the farmer will get only less waste. And along with that, there are many unnatural ways on the name of farming, which is officially supported by agriculture scientists or universities. They suggest many things, but they also mention, they give some guidelines when to use the pesticides, and after using pesticides, how long it will be rest period, and we should not do harvest the produce. There are many guidelines, but in practical is not going to happen, is not happening. This I understood almost 4 years back, when I had a thought of going through all the different current affairs and updates, understanding why there are many chemicals in our food and what is the way to avoid that. Then I started exploring what are the options for me. Then first thing is my mind was, okay, I will buy a farmland, I will hire some manpower, and they will do the farming for me. And then I think it's pretty easy. Then I did all the calculation: how much farmland will cost, how much fencing will cost, how much seeds will cost, how much manpower monthly will cost, and how much revenue I'll be getting, all the stuff. But before I blindly go ahead and implement, I waited for uh, feedback, and also I also visited many farmers, and I saw the damage what they are making on the name of green revolution or modern farming ways is too high. Especially a few vegetables and fruits. In coming to the fruits like pomegranate or grapes, and for vegetables like capsicum or cauliflower, the amount of pesticides they are using very high, and red mirchi also. So now I understood why the medication is increasing, why the hospitalization cost is increasing, and what is happening. Then I understood the clear picture. So if it is happening in this era 2015, then in the next 10 years or 15 years, I'm sure I can visualize, I can understand, I can analyze what is going to be, and what is the problems of the next generation is going to face. Okay, now coming to the what is the trend, because uh, we don't have any, if you don't have a farmlands, and if you want to have a farmlands, and it definitely we go for a real estate investment. So but what is the trend? Basically when we say real estate investment, many people will prefer open plots approved by government authorities like HMDA or BDA or different bodies, and or they do simply buy a farmlands. That is an old story. That means 10 years, 20 years, 30 years old. Now many people are buying the farmlands, they are using timber crops in that. They are growing the timber crops like Millia dubia, teak, or white sandal, and mahogany, different kind of timbers. So that every 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, they can expect some produce. Okay, that is a current trend. But what is the advanced one? Buying the farmlands and doing the natural farming is going to be the advanced one. How it is, I'm going to explain in the future slides. And why we should invest? First thing, economic safety. I can say, okay, I do have a natural living. I don't invest. I don't need. But that should be followed by everyone. Otherwise, we will be at the loss. So same thing has happened 3 years back. I was looking for a land where I was getting for 6 lakhs per acre. I thought is costly, or I need to have a like-minded group so that I can start my farming. And days passed on, and it took 3 years. Now, in the same location, the same land is cost 60 lakhs. What happened? Just a zero as added at the last. That's it. Now, people who can buy acres at that time, now they can't buy 1/8 of the acre. And food safety and security. So, if you go to America or other foreign countries, you see many times they use genetically modified seeds, whether it is a soya or other oil seeds. They are highly centralized, they are commercialized, so, and it's happening the same in India as well. And we need to invest for having a like-minded community. And also, what is this investment for? So blending real estate with natural farming, and also investing future to reduce the global warming, and also to get the natural farm produce. Okay, so far we have the discussion on rough discussion, but what is the visualization of that? You see, this is the NELG group theme logo, and you see many images. You see children's playing, parents guiding, farmers doing a farming, all the farm animals. This is the forest. This is meditation. So this is a forest. This is river. So this is what was in my mind, and it took almost 3 years for me to come up with one-liners or definitions, theme image. Now, here we discuss about in a little bit elaboration of why we need a own farmlands and natural farming. You can say if you have to do the natural farming and we need to get the farm produce, why can't we go for a lease land and then we can do that? But I will explain here. So there are many chemicals in our food and artificial and natural ways you are used to produce. There are chemicals and toxins in our plates. They are like a slow cyanides. Herbicide, weedicide, pesticide, insecticide, all are slow cyanides, which are directly causing increase in the cancer and all other chronic diseases. When I interacted with a couple of doctors who have 50 years of experience in their study, then what I understood was in 1950s and 60s, hardly there were one cancer patient in a state. After 10-15 years, hardly there was one cancer patient in a district level. After that, one cancer patient in a family means clan, in entire siblings and relatives. Now, every home have a cancer patient. Now you can understand maybe what is the truth and what is the validation, what is the justification of the statistics. I don't need to tell anything. You just go to a hospital or choose top 10 hospitals of different multi-speciality or special category hospitals in your city. Just spend one day there and see what kind of people are coming, what is their background, and what is their lifestyle. Then you can understand yourself, and what is the different age of people they are coming. Or else, if you don't have that much time, or simply go to a busy medical shop in your area and stay there for 1 hour. Then you see people are buying tablets or medicines for diabetes, hypertension, especially thyroid. Just like I'm going to a grocery shop and buying a lollipop or chocolates and biscuits, people simply buying in mm, bottles. And when I was in a child, I never heard about the thyroid. But now every home has thyroid. What is the reason? No, nobody will tell. And even if somebody tells, we don't have a time. And the third thing is the decreasing body immunity. Now, because of the corona, we all know what how much important is the body immunity. And the food intake what we are taking is directly related to immunity and also our lifestyle. Okay, all these things is happening, increasing of too much hospitalization cost. In maybe 30 years back or 40 years back, when somebody goes to hospital, it hardly used to cost around 10 rupees or 30 rupees or maximum 100 rupees. But now a single visit to the hospital, even to take an appointment, will cost us around 600 to 700 rupees. When we come out, it will cost 2000 rupees. That is for small acute like a cold or cough, fever, those kind of stuff. But can we imagine what is happening or how much it will cost when we get any chronic disease? Okay, you can say, okay, I have money, I have an Aadhaar card or Arogyasri card, or my son is in America, it doesn't bother to me. I can pay everything from my pocket. But what about the entire family? They have to suffer for hospitalization. Okay, then now we understood taking good food is important. It has to be naturally grown. It has to be produced in the farm, and our farm should be like a forest. But where we get the option for us is having a organic stores. So can we trust organic stores? Definitely. Out of 100, 70% people says no, we don't trust, but we don't have any other choice. Now, naturally grown food is not available with ease, and not at all comfortable to produce our as an individual. And if you take the statistics, the cultivation area year by year in India is decreasing, but population is increasing. We are next to the China. That means many mouths, many stomachs to fill, and many are leaving farming as a livelihood. If you are an IT employee or if you are in a city, then you can clearly understand all the office boys or receptionists or other security guards. They all are coming from the village background. If you ask them what is your earlier profession, they say I used to be in a village, I used to do farming, or I used to be in a rural area. Now they all are migrating to cities. So manpower migrating to cities. So this, especially the manpower migration, I have to tell one of my experience. So on last year when Deepavali celebration is happening, all my surroundings and friends are celebrating Deepavali, but I went to a village to see for farmlands on a bike. So I rode up to 60 to 70 kilometers, and throughout the area I see only BT cotton. Entire thousands of acres they are using a BT3 genetically modified cotton. And we went to a home. The gentleman who gave me host, he offered me lunch. Then we sat for lunch. Then because of the that day is the Deepavali, the festival day, they offered sweet, and they also offered ghee to seasoning it. Then I feel happy. Okay, I came to village and there is a beautiful ghee. But I inquired how many buffaloes you have, or how many cows you have, and how much milk you are getting, and how much, what is the economics, all that stuff. Then he simply replied, "We don't have anything here. We don't have any such kind of animals here." Then I questioned, how, from where you got this ghee, which is very tasty and it looks like a cow ghee? He said, "I bought it from the city." Then I surprised. I came to a remote village, so my default, my expectations is to find the rural atmosphere, the typical rural atmosphere. But what I see here, everything is getting imported from the urban cities. So when I inquired what happened, now nobody have a livelihood here, nobody have income. So all are migrating to cities. So, and when nobody is here, then they can't maintain the farm animals, so they are selling it. So this is what is happening, and the percentage of rate is happening is a very alarming condition. Now here I will also try to take a buffalo my milkman story. Say there is a unemployed person, and he badly needs support. Then a couple of people gave suggestion to him that, okay, we'll donate some money, you buy a buffalo and you milk it and you sell it and you continue your livelihood. He's happy, and he started getting, he's taking very well for the buffalo. He's getting, giving a good feed. Buffalo is healthy and is getting good milk. He started taking some part of the milk to himself, and then some part is selling. Then slowly the demand is increasing because of the quality is increasing. Quality is good, and is all are guaranteed that they don't have any chemicals, they don't have any hormone injections, so they are happy. And milkman is happy, buffalo is happy. But that as the demand is increasing, he bought one more buffalo because he's getting money, and he got one more buffalo, like that. He came to a situation where he can't maintain uh, few more. He fully saturated as individual how much buffaloes he can take care. But still, there is a demand increasing. So what he will do in general, not to point anyone. So he started diluting water. Now people understood there is a decrease in the quality, but they are sure of the is not doing any adulteration. Okay, they understood because they habituated. They are in a very comfort zone because of the service what the buffalo milkman is giving. And again, in that phase also the demand is increasing. So he started adding more water, and again that is also saturated. Then what he can do? Then he started mixing 50% of his milk and 50% from the other farmers or other milkmen. Now again, still people are buying because by that time he got the name, fame, testimonials, proofs, digital marketing, what else, blah 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 blah. Then still is getting population demand. Then what he will do? He never said no, because by the time he got the taste of the money, popularity, reputation, okay, Facebook stories, and what else, the online stories, all the stuff. So he may also start adding a milk packet, industrialized milk, as adulteration. So that's why we can't trust any organic store or any organic brand or any farmer. That is what happening in majority of the cases. Okay, so here is a simple comparison. Why only natural farming? Say here I am taking the comparison of health and farming. So if a person is living in ICU in the Corona days, this is very popular, and many people can understand how it is going to be living in ICU. But I prepared this slide long back, maybe 1 year back, when there is no Corona. So this is similar to do a farming, or depending on the farm produce, which is chemically rich in a modern farming, and living in a quarantine. In the Corona days, many of us, not many of us, almost all of us will know what is quarantine. So if someone is doing the farming in a poly house, or they are using some hydroponics or aquaponics or soilless farming, that is similar to living in a quarantine. Suppose someone is living in an urban home. It may be a beautiful gated community, it may be a pollution free home, but still it is similar to doing natural farming in farmlands. Suppose living in villages near to the forest, in near to the very near to the nature, that means farm forest, or getting the produce from the forest. So when I was a kid, I always admired to see the people in the cities who are they have a good BMI, body mass index, they have a good height, they have a good fair complexion, they have good fat. But who came from the villages? They almost all they have lean, dark fair, and they don't look like cinema stars or modern, attractive. But when we compare their health, the people who came from the villages, they used to be more robust, more healthy, more immunity compared to the those who are in the urban cities. Now, everything from your own farm, everything from your own farm, is it possible to do everything from your own farm with 0% to 100% involvement? Uh, at this point, current time, we feel is not possible. And do we have a family farmers? So there is a one more option rather than family doctor. First, we need to have a family farmers. Now, why natural farming is the best way? One second, screen share అవ్వట్లేదు. Sorry to everyone. I think screen sharing is not happening. Oh, sorry. Hope now it is. You see, you all see the screen sharing. So this is the agenda we are talking, and this is the motto. And there is a slide to explaining for whom this concept is for. And this is the agenda, and this is the motto, and for whom this is for. Yeah, no problem. We will cover this entire slides in a single shot, and also I'm going to share. And then in the next week, I'm going to share the same presentation in a different way. Yeah. Now, what are our needs? And this is the theme logo, Natural Eco-Living Group theme logo. This is. Yeah. So we are here. So this is the buffalo milkman story I was talking, and this is the comparison, and this is where we are continuing. So as a parent, what is our best gift that we can give for our kids? Whether we give them good money, more wealth, or good education, or good health. Now, as we already discussed, good health is directly depending on the food what we are taking. And last thing, increasing cancers. Everybody have a cancer patient in a family. If not, means we are very lucky. We are not in a Punjab where there is a heavy amount of fertilizers and all the chemicals are cultivating. The Punjab is one of the great land where many warriors came who have a very good physical stamina. But now the Punjab is suffering a lot, and such an instant that there is a train running from Punjab to Rajasthan is called as a cancer train. Now, so now we understood what is our food, how many chemicals are coming, why they are coming, and from where our food should come, and what is the comparative relative relation of uh, producing waste and health. Now, how much farmland a family need, and in which location? So this is my understanding. So here I say tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. What is tier 1? So 30 kilometers from the radius from the city, maybe a outer ring road, and there the land cost loss, land cost will be too high. We can't buy in acres, maybe in half acre or quarter acre. So you can only afford as a group 1 gunta. That means 121 square yards. Then what can be grown there? Greens, limited veggies, and limited fruits. Now what is tier 2? In the 90 kilometers radius or 100 kilometers radius, we can go for 5 guntas. 5 guntas means 605 square yards or 1 by 8th of acre. There we can have ample veggies and limited fruits. What is tier 3? More than 100 kilometers radius from the city, where land rate will be much cheaper compared to the near to the city areas. There we can plant for 2 acres, that means 9,680 square yards. What we can grow there? Millets, rice, pulses, oil grains, legumes, veggies, fruits, greens. Now, a family need 1 hectare, that means 2.47 acres or 11,959 square yards for all majority of the family needs. Here family means 2 elders and 2 children. These are statistics. Now, you pay attention to this slide. The single slide which you are going to see in 2 minutes or 2 seconds is my 2 years R&D, my 2 years study. In 1 gunta land or in a small land, what kind of plantation we do, what school of farming we should do is a multi-layer farming along with the sandalwood or timber. So in such a land, what we can grow? 12 varieties of greens and fewer veggies, and out of them 6 to 8 continuously can be grown throughout the year. In the 5 gunta tier 2 model, the horticulture 36 by 36 model, there we can have a sandalwood, timber, herbals, and in the horticulture we cover many fruits. What are those? So this is the proportion. In 2 guntas of land, we can plant 24 plants. Out of them, 16 will be white sandal or 8 fruit plants. If the soil is not good for sandalwood, then we can go for remaining fruit plants. What are the fruits? A mango, custard apple, chiku, guava, jamun, badam. These are few samples. There are many fruits which are our local native desi fruits we can have. And coming to the veggies, 30 to 40 varieties of veggies can be grown. Out of them, 10 to 15 can be grown continuously throughout the year. And limited greens, many fruits, and 33 blocks per acre. That means we can get 33 blocks in a 36 by 36 model. And in each blocks, we'll get 60 plants. And for 5 guntas, we'll get 4 blocks. And when it comes to 2 acres farmland, there the best way is to follow the Kadu Krushi model or Jungle Krushi model. That means 30% of the farmland will have a forest. So this is what I was referring. we should get our food from the forest. Our farm should be like a forest. So this is how we are going to design. There we can have a millets, rice, pulses, legumes, oil grains. So now, so far we very well understood what is the concept, what is the need, what is the approach we are going to discuss now. Now, what is the level of comfort everybody can assume to live independent house, where we have a freedom, we have flexibility, we are the king, everything is on our as per our choice. But if you take the risk or overhead, any repair, any damage, any trouble with the neighbors, any theft things, we have to deal on our own. There is no one to support us. Then the next level of comfort is a smaller apartment, maybe a 10 to 15 apartments or 25 apartments, where maybe a friends, like-minded people, or colleagues, we all gather together and we'll take a small apartment. So initial few years, it will be like a awesome. It's like a college days. You are the treasurer, I am the president, someone will be the vice president. Everybody is contributing in all the work, but slowly, the ego will come, the politics will come, or we become more busy, or we move to different place. Someone will move to foreign. Now, what will happen? Slowly, the initial level of motivation or coordination, collaboration will all disappear. So the development as well. Then, what is the next level of comfort? Gated community apartment with multi-story buildings. Every block will have around 20 to 25 verticals, and then each level have a different apartments. I mean, there are thousands of flats will be there. So just a phone call, all the services are available, from laundry to housemaid and everything. We don't need to bother. Just pay the check and enjoy the services. But here, even if you want to grow any plant, or if you want to do any activity, if you want to organize any function, you have to get the approval from the executive committee. You have to listen to them. We don't have any freedom, we don't have any voice. Even if he says just something, have a rainwater harvesting, nobody is there to listen us, because these are all my experiences. When I was in a small apartment, uh, it took almost 1.5 years for me to convince my apartment people to have rainwater harvesting. It cost only 15,000, but still it took so much of time. So all these three models are, they have both pros and cons, but none of them will give us what we are looking for. Then what is we are expecting? A gated community independent villas. Is the independent villa, that means we are independent house, but still is in a gated community. That level of amenities, community facilities, services, all are available. So if you have a budget, I am sure many people will prefer only this one. Now, just have a comparison. If I want to have a farmland, I want to produce, I want to do farming, I want to get my produce my farm. If I do buy a farmland as a single person, then it's a daydream. I'm definitely. That is similar to like an independent house. Now we, many of us know, or it is very familiar. Now as an individual, we can't depending on the external manpower, and it's not so easy. All the supportive system, all the ecosystem is gone. So as doing a farming as an individual is not economically feasible. That's why you see many IT engineers who bought lands with all the calculations like MBA persons in the mind. Okay, I'm investing some X lakhs. I put Y thousand for maintenance. I will hire the labor. Then I will get such so and so produce. I will sell them. All are utter flap. Because how I can say this? Now, from the last 3 years and exclusively from the last 4 months, I am visiting nearby districts like anything, filtering and all the farmlands. When I inquire who owns the farmland more than 30 to 40 acres, all are from the city. Maximum people are businessmen, or majority of them are IT people. They just bought the land, they do the fencing and they leave it. That's it. No farming and nothing. Now, when we know, when we have that consciousness, that single person idea will not work out, then what will happen? We collaborate with the friends who have a same passion, same approach, and same zeal, who can work together, all the stuff. But what will happen? This is similar to having living in a small apartment. Now, what is the next level of comfort? Someone will do a farmland venture. We will go there. We will buy, because it's pretty much happening. So they take a big land, they do the layout, and they do have some plantation, and that will be sandalwood definitely. And we don't know who is buying the land next to our plot, and that is very much similar to living in a gated community apartment. So then, what is required? What is necessity here? A bigger group with natural farming as a single goal. So suppose there is a venture of 100 acres. Now, every landowner came to there only with a single motto to do a natural farming, to get the produce to his home. That is the concept we are going to discuss. Now, what is the best way and what are the challenges? For living, independent house in a gated community is the ideal and very simple and very practically possible. For farming, combine land with a like-minded group, and we prefer the opposite and fail, or we never experience the best, because whenever I put some meeting or webinar, 60% of them will be new people who definitely wants to get the land. Remaining 40%, they just came to inquiry. Okay, I because they already bought the land and they are not using it, or that is what, and is not useful for them, and they will come. Okay, how best is this model compared to the earlier one? Why? Because we are missing this simple logic. For living, we need independent house in a gated community. For farming, a combined land with the like-minded groups where natural farming is the single goal. And as I already explained, our personal involvement, availability of manpower, the budget, expertise, the local support, the motivation are the biggest challenges. When we are in a single, we are in a small group, all these things are not possible. But assume when we are more than 100 people, then how good it will be. And there is a delay in decision making when we are in a small group, because we don't have a clarity, we don't have expertise, we need to inquire, we need to see how other farms are doing, all the stuff. And there is also a challenge that misguidance in the investment. Now, what are the phases and roles? For land procurement, the investors, promoters, or entity should be there. Otherwise, as an individual, we can't do all the laborious work. We have to visit many government offices. We need to talk to many people. As a single person, definitely we can't do all the stuff. Now, coming to the sale through an entity, and farmland development as a company. Farming, interested in the group, or farming partners, or farming partner from other entity. Now, produce distribution through a cooperative society model or through a community. Now, so these are the roles. Entity will do the setup, will facilitate all the infra and landscaping, and they will maintain for 3 to 12 years, and farming can be done by farming partners. So, what next? So, so here there are two things here. To be part of the vision, one can join at a pre-sale or at a resale. Resale means after doing all the developments. So what are the common amenities we can expect? The internal roads, farm ponds, forest in the farm, the herbal park, restrooms, servant quarters. And farmland cost per unit. Here I'm assuming the unit dimensions are of acre. That goes, the cost involves for land cost. I mean, the procuring the land from the farmers, or majority of the nowadays, most of we need to land get the land from the investors, and developing the infrastructure for the farming, and amenities and the corpus for maintenance, and eco village. So here a little more about the execution. So there are three categories of the work can we have to do. Must do, can be done over a period of time, best to do if a budget is available. And also, what is the common binding factor which club together, or which makes the motto to continue? And entry criteria, exit criteria, and resale options as well. So only farming? No, definitely there are options for many. As I said, eco village, weekend farming, cottages, model eco house, kids play area, resort, swimming pool. I mean, in the form is opt to say swimming well, a wellness center, a retreat center, a yoga, meditation, farm stay, homestead, farm forest, herbal park, desi cow grazing, bull driven gunning, and it's not only helps to have a good investment, also do the natural farming, also to get the produce, and also reducing the global warming. Yes, when we convert the land which is under cultivation and with the chemicals, fertilizers, when we convert that to do a farming, natural farming, so we are trying our bit to reduce the global warming. And also we have a like-minded community, increasing the green cover, best natural exposure to kids, going back to the nature, fresh air, vitamin D, fitness, learning place for kids, open schooling, weekend curriculum, whatnot. So what are the challenges? First thing is lack of clarity, what we need, what we are looking for, and taking the decisions at the right time, or maybe sometimes getting the misguidance or lack of experience. So for any real estate investment, there are 5 things to observe, and these are my experiences too. So initially I bought a open plot when I have only little money, assuming that it will be a very good investment. But years pass, almost 10 years. At the end of the 10 years, when I saw how much of ROI, return of investment, the amount what I invest is very less compared to the, if I would have done the fixed deposit in a bank, I would have got more, but my land rate, it doesn't appreciate it. So at the end, I have to sell that for loss and I have to exit. Now because I have a failure or bitter experience or wrong experience because of the misguidance, because I didn't took the decision at the right time, or lack of experience, or I don't have a clarity where to buy, what to buy, when to buy, I have failures. So now even someone gave me gave me reference opportunities, I was very skeptical. I think I always tell about negative things. Okay, that is not going to happen. That is going to be, they will cheat us, they will fraud us, the development will not happen. I simply wasted another 10 years. Then gone the opportunities. At some point of time, we will inquire, we will be going to people, different people, we'll be talking to them, we'll be understanding, but still we are going doing the investment. Either it doesn't give any good profits or it doesn't give any loss. It's a stale investment. But finally, I'm able to understand the formula. What is this? To a successful investment. One is contacts. To show the right lands or the property, or investing in the right time. even though it is a very good property, if you don't invest in the beginning or uh, in the initial stage, the price will appreciate and we have to invest in the same plan at a higher price. Lack of experience in identifying the proper location. Now we have the contacts, we have the correct timing, but which part of the city, which part of the place we need to invest, and lack of like-minded group to count on for the safety, to help or to monitor. If you are buying an open plot, it will be very difficult to protect it from the encroachments or the double registrations. Of course, nowadays with other many things got streamlined, but compared to the uh, previous years, it was very difficult. And even though if you have all these things in place, but having no activity, what is the use? When we invest, we need to get the short term, medium, long term returns. That too with 0 to 100% involvement. Now, 1.5 year back, one of my friend gave a reference of a property where I just went, I saw the land, I gave the advance check. After 1 year, it got registered on my name. Now, can you believe at the time of the booking, it, it value assumed that is a 10,000 per square yard, while doing the registration, it came to 16,000. I did nothing. I just paid 3 lakhs advance and I paid the remaining amount at the registration time, that after 1 year. Why? Because I have the correct contact, I went in the correct timing, I know which part of the city, which location, in that location, which road will give will become prime place, and who are the promoters or who are the venture people, or who are the people buying next to me, and is it possible to continue the activities. Now I do have a successful investment which got almost doubled within 1.5 year in no time. So far we discussed and a little bit introduction about this approach, because this is not a real estate model. At the same time, it is not a social service model. It's an investment in the farmlands. It's a cooperative model. It is very similar to an independent house in a gated community. Community farming with like-minded people, and members cooperate for the vision, and promoters or we cooperate to own a farmland. If not, what will happen? We need to go for a venture where the investors they float a real estate venture. Any real estate venture, they keep 50% of the margin as a minimum. I say 50%. That means if you are buying a land for say open plot for 20 lakhs, that means actual cost to the promoter or investor will be only 10 lakhs. That's for sure. Now, but in this model, what I'm going to propose, we can saving much. What is that? As I mentioned, there's a pre-sale and resale. Assume that one unit is 10 lakhs. We can invest for 5 units with 40 lakhs, because we are joining our hands, we are investing in the farmlands before anything is visually developed, anything can be seen. Now after the development, definitely the rate will appreciate. The same farmland, the same locality, irrespective of the growth of the country or inflation, with development and without development, there will be appreciation, and the 5 unit cost will be 50 lakhs. That means there is a 20% of saving. If you want to be part of the investor group, that means we will only invest and we will exit after the development. We may have a land, we may have interest to own the land, or we see a different land which is more attractive. That's fine. Now here the sales will be done by through only one channel, and for there will be entry criteria and exit criteria defined, and the association will happen only those to whom who accept this group norms. Now, okay, so I know many people are waiting for this single slide because we are today webinar is mainly we are pointing for those who already attended, who are aware, and who already keeping their money aside because we are a previous discussion. So this is the model currently available options. One is tier 2 and tier 3. And what is soil? In the tier 2 is a red soil, which is 100 kilometers distance from the NELG office in Hyderabad, that is from Lingapalli area. The route is via Shinkarpalli, another route is Jairabad highway. Because its red soil is very best for horticulture, and the size of the land is 70 acres. It is surrounded by the forest, and when I when I go, I didn't expect that much forestry will be there, that much greenery will be there, the ecology will be there. I don't took any camera or gadgets. Otherwise, because I was not expecting that kind of beautiful. If you see the land, you will become fida. You will become flat. On the way, you see jawar fields where birds and crows taking the grains from the fields. You see mongoose. You will see uh, Namely peacocks, you will see rabbits. Just you are on the way to the farm. One side there is a forest, one side there is a grassland, other side 70 acres of farmland. So what is the prime location here? The forest. And what is the tentative budget? Per unit is 13 to 15 lakhs. And what is the time? Is it 2 months? And in the tier 3, the block soil, it is from 125 to 150 kilometers from the NELG office via Jairabad highway. It is suitable for horticulture and grains. It is 60 acres, and in these two both locations, the area can be extendable up to 100 acres. And the best part in here is the roadside. And what time you have? 2 months. Sorry, I'm referring to the old slide. Let me open the new slide. I'm opening the new slide. Just give me a minute. Okay. So tentative budget will be for 5 guntas. It comes around 3.25 lakhs to 4 lakhs because it doesn't mean that we take land and everything is done. We have to do the fencing, we have to do the rainwater harvesting, we have to do the plantation, we have to construct a server homes and all the stuff. So everything, including everything, it comes to this much budget and with the tentative. And these are the FAQs. Why only these two locations? As I explained, um, these two locations, you see hundreds of cows or bulls. If you're coming in the evening, all are returning from the farmlands. Of course, why they are still supporting or having those cows and bulls for different reasons, which is a sad story. But at least still there are a lot of ecology or the farming culture or farming support is still available, and you see everything couple there. I saw couple peacocks in two, both male and female, mongoose, rabbits. Well, I'm going to the farms. Okay, so is it right time to invest? This is because of the frequently asked questions I can imagine. Now, these places are still not exploited by the real estate ventures, but in just 6 months, this opportunity will be gone because there are already real estate ventures. They are started buying the farmlands and they are doing all the fencing. Once it will start, definitely the price is going to appreciate, and once the real estate people comes, then the opportunity is very less. So I can say I don't live in Hyderabad. Does it make sense to invest now or in this location? So just take example of old gold, exchange of old gold with the new gold. Say we have a jewelry, maybe from parents or grandparents, but still we hold that because we know that when we go to the shop, we can exchange that old gold and a nominal amount and we can get the new gold. Same thing. So 3 years back, I thought 6 lakhs per acre is too costly or it's too far, and maybe I don't have much use. But now I see the cost of the land is increased, where I can buy a acre. Now I can't buy 1/8 of the acre. So land rate will be keep on increasing. It will be increasing. So we can invest here, and when we get a proper land in our locality or in our area, we can sell here and we can buy there. Now, it's a common perception that the farmlands are far, investment is high, because we do have a human psychology. So suppose when we are looking for a marriage alliance, initially we'll get good matches, but we keep deviating them. We keep deviating them, or we will be finding a small faults and we'll be keep on postponing. But ultimately, what will happen? The time pass, the age pass, and we have to satisfy with the unfair match. Same thing here. So, what are the returns? As explained, the investment on the land and land appreciation itself is a very good return. That is our main motto. On top of that, having a community activities, having a getting the farm produce are bonus. What if? Yes, if not plan A, we have plan B and plan C as well. Now, is this concept only in Hyderabad? No. Farming is not an easy job, especially nowadays, but there is a solution. What is the solution? We should own a land more than 100 acres. How much bigger the land, that much lesser will be the headaches, that much economics will be smooth. And why should I invest only here? But the correct question is, why should we consider someone who have a only investment as a motto? Okay, so the conclusion, again the one liner. Design the concept like a visionary, group with like-minded people, develop farmland like a real estate venture, cultivate in a natural way like a professional poor farmer, distribute the produce in a cooperative store model, live in a natural eco living. So this is the concept, this is the information I have to share. Now we'll take the questions. You please post the questions. Okay, I see a question. What is FPO? Is a farmer producing organization. So this is a common binding what we are thinking of to make sure the land what we are buying is staying for only for doing a natural farming. So another question is 1 unit is equals to 1 acre. It might be. If the budget is less, the 1 unit can be 1 acre. If the budget is high, the 1 unit can be half acre or quarter acre. Yeah, if you have any conflict or if you have any further questions and queries, you can share your questions in the this number 720-780-1177. Our team will reach you. Okay, so now any further questions we can take. But inside and land finalized, yeah, location is finalized and the unit price is for half acre. So as I mentioned, this is not a real estate investment where we buy the land and then we do the development and then we open the details or to venture, because we are working on this model from a long time and we have many people who have shown the interest, who are ready. Now here we are going as a group. That means we know the land, we know the owners, we have the concept, we have the guidelines, we have the protocols. Now we have to discuss whether it is convenient for us or not. Each unit will have a boundaries. Yes, as I mentioned, it will be developed like a real estate venture. That means each unit will be having their own boundaries, roads, and defined land. That means divided land is our land. We are the owners. Yeah, the price is what I mentioned is for half acre. Yeah, mostly that is going to be the unit size as well, especially in the pre-sale. So do we have people ready to work in the land? Yeah, this is a good question and the best question to answer as well. Say now our parents wants to name their grandchildren. First, we have to do marriage. At least we have to live together with someone, right? When we have a land, like-minded people who gather to only do natural farming, then definitely the byproduct will be natural farming. You can say, what is the guarantee? What is the proof? I can say, give me any other alternative feasible solution. Do you have projects which has already developed? I don't think so, because this is the, so far I see this is a unique concept. There are few ventures who promoted by the real estate people who already doing that. Maybe they might be doing all the timber plants like mahogany and sandalwood and all the stuff. But in this concept, this is the, maybe this is going to be the first one. Okay, so what is the pre-sales in your presentation? Okay, say in the pre-sale, the best way to do buy land is buy in bulk without any marketing or without any attracting the local people. It has to be buy very silently. Otherwise, what will happen? The land rate will appreciate. Just assume in a Sunday, 30 to 40 cars are coming in a single time. What will happen? It will be known to all that very crowd is coming. They are doing some estate, real estate venture. That means everybody will try to exploit the investors or maybe the people with a different variety of challenges or issues, or all the stuff will happen. So that's why we want to buy a bigger lands. So what you can do here is you can collaborate with your family friends or your family people, relatives. You can own 5 acres land as a lump sum, and for that this is the understanding. Yeah, so the next question is, will be doing the development in the land as per each unit or all the land as a whole? So That's what I'm going to. I told many times. This is a independent house in a gated community. That means that too, farming can be done with 0% to 100% involvement. If you choose 100% involvement, then you can do your farming. If you don't, and definitely we are going to get the farming partners. But the common amenities like a rainwater harvesting, the fencing, and ponds, everything will be as a collaborative. And even the produce what we are going to get also can be shared as a group only. Yeah. Current size in Tier 2 is 70 acres. What happens if you cannot raise the funds and don't see enough numbers of people sign it up? Yes. So we go to the project only if we get the good quorum. Otherwise, we are not going to give advance to the owners. That is why we are working from many months and many years. Now we have good numbers. If not, we are going to get the help of the investors who do invest and they will take their cut. As per the presentation, that 70 and 60 acres has already been purchased or agreement done for some price, or is just an estimate? No, it's just the amount what they quoted. There is no agreement done and no advance is given because it is not a real estate venture. So small 2 gunta model also fall under same 60 acres land. Yes. So in the pre-sale, we will be buying the bigger units, and when the comes to resale, people can exit or they can hold few units and they can sell remaining units at the time, because owners are known to us, they are the group members. At the time, they can be converted into small units. That can be done. For a newcomer into agriculture, we will get a guidance from the experts. Of course, why not? Nowadays, everything is services are available, professional services, not only for hospitalization, not only for industries, even for agriculture as well. There are many consultants, many services are there. We need to offer them. We need to offer their bill. And as an individual, is not possible. But when you go as a big group, like 100 acres farmland, farm estate, all this kind of can be easily manageable. Yeah, how to get a reliable contact in one place? Yeah, so start moving in the road, start visiting the people, experience will give us the details. Now the next question is for newcomer. Yeah, we done that. How much will be the maintenance expenses per month or per year approximately? Is maintenance charges per unit? Yes. So we are buying the land in units, and the maintenance charge will be also in the unit. Now we are charging, or we are estimating for three to 4 years of the estimations for the maintenance. After that, the farm should be self-sufficient to generate its own expenses. Now, so how it will happen? We are giving the, we are buying the land, we are developing the land, we are providing all the facilities, and then we are involving the farming partners or farmers. Then, as the investors, as the landlords, our job is done. Now they do the cultivation, they do the produce, they will sell their produce, and as a return, we will get some part of the produce as our share. So after a couple of years, or maybe 3 to 4 years after that, the plan is to farm should be self-sufficient. And what is the plan to start farming? As I know, see, we are in the accumulation phase. Yes. So it is not like that. Okay, we buy the land, we do the registration today, and from tomorrow the farming will happen. No, it's not. A good land, not a bad land or something. It will take 1.5 year to 2 years. If it is a horticulture, I mean the fruit plants, it will take 3 to 5 years to get the produce. Is that 70 to 60 acres land from single owner? Yes. That's why I say nowadays no farmer is ready to sell the land. Whatever is available, all from the investors who bought the land 5 years back, 4 years back at 1 lakh per acre or 2 lakhs per acre. Now they are selling for 15 lakhs or 20 lakhs or 25 lakhs per acre just in the span of 5 to 10 years. There are hundreds and thousands of acres land available like that. So you are not going to steal the land from any farmer who is only depending on the farming. We are taking the land from the investors who want to book the profit with the addition of a zero at the end, and we are trying our best to convert that barren land into green land. Okay, coming to the maintenance part, these in the upcoming webinars and upcoming meetups, we are going to explain in detail. But whatever the cost we mentioned, this is the tentative budget. If you are okay with that, that means 3 to 4 years, there can be the amount. This cost is inclusive of purchasing the land, development, corpus, maintenance, and all the stuff. Water availability is good. Yes. So I don't know how many of you attended the earlier webinars on rainwater harvesting by Dr. Ayappa Masagi. And we have many resources, many contacts, many experts, many professionals who are doing the farming in a very rural, remote areas where there is no rainfall. So water availability, if it is available, it's good. If it is not available also, because of the expertise contacts we have, water availability is not at all an issue. So I request all of you to go through the YouTube, search for natural eco living, go through the videos, webinars, what we recorded, to see who are the experts and what are the topics we covered and what is our strength. Now the next question is, who does the maintenance? So we own the farmland. Up to 3 years, the venture promoters will be taking care. After that, even before that, we'll be giving it to the farming partners. Now, after that, there will be a body. It may be association, it might be FPO, or it might be agreement from each landowner to an entity where they will take care of do all the farming. When we are doing the farming, when they are doing the farming, all the maintenance is covered. If I missed any questions, please raise the hand. So who will be leading all the activities until the farms comes to a shape? Yes, definitely. Till it comes to a shape, there will be execution body. Farming partners means consultants. They will do everything. No, farming partners means who do the farming, real farming. Let me quote one example. Say suppose you are in an apartment, which is a multi-story building, of course, and that it has a generator backup as well. So do anyone remember when power goes, the watchman has to go there and turn on the generator? Has anyone remembered every time you call the watchman and okay, power gone, you go and start the generator? Maybe, but in my case, I never experienced that. Why? Because more than our need, then the generator need is for him. Otherwise, the mosquitoes will play with him like anything. So even if we tell him to okay, go and start the generator, he will do it on himself. But when we do the tank overhead, when we run the bore and the tank will be filled, and every time we have to tell our watchman to okay, tank is filled, turn off the motor, because it doesn't has any problem with him whether it is a empty or off empty or full. It is very less bothering to him. But in case of the no power and need of generator, we don't need to tell anything. Similarly, the farming partner's role is they are depending on the farm produce in the land, because we have 100 acres of land with all the facilities, with all the water, with all the infrastructure. is their headache or is their responsibility, is their motivation to continue the farming. The next question, will we get the farming partner easily? No, we don't get. That's why we need a 100 acres land with all the facilities. Otherwise, all the 10 acres land owners or 5 acres land owners, they would have become real farmers. Now, farming, arranging farmers for salary is a big myth, because the people has become such that even if you give a 40,000 salary per month, they don't do the farming. I don't know how many of you have how many of you have the experience or real time insights. That is how it's happening, because the government is giving free ration, good quality rice, Aragashri card. Nobody is there to hard work. See, even ourselves, someone to do produce the, someone to do the cultivation, someone has to do the farming, someone has to protect the border, someone has to go. We don't go. Similarly, because the work what we can do, the time what we can spend is very entirely different. We are in a different domain, so we don't see any value in that. So similarly, the challenge here is finding the partners, farming partners who do the farming. Now there are many people who are migrating from rural villages to the cities every season because there is no work in the rural areas. So finding a farming partners, that means farmers, is not that much difficult, because in my journey, in my R&D, in my explore, I visited a good amount of farmlands who have 100 acres or 90 acres. They are getting the manpower, and even in case every day we are getting the farm produce from the farms only. So there are farmlands, there are farmers who are working. So it's not that much challenging. Only the limitation is for small land is not possible. We need to have a big group with good facilities. There should be motivation for them to do the cultivation. So which option, tier 2 or tier 3, is more likely to be finalized? It depends on the response from the group, how many will turn up, which land. But practically or ideal, practically, I want to have both, and that numbers are possible. Even if you get a 30 to 40% of the commitment from the group members, rest can be taken care. But we are going step by step. We are not putting our legs on the two boards. We will be completing first one, and then we are completing the next one. Then who are the farming partners? From where to get them? Asking this because 10 acres guy also is not available. Then for 70 acres, whom we will get? That's what I'm telling. Even for 10 acres, nobody will turn up. For bigger lands, it's possible. Okay. So one thing we have to remember here is our focus is not much on the farming. Our focus is to own the farmland. Who will do the farming? How much produce is coming are the byproducts, without any doubt. Now, what is the motivation? Some percentage of produce? Of course. Motivation for us is some percent of the produce. Motivation for the farming partners is entire produce. So you see the logic. We are investing only in the land, farmland, which is going to appreciate. For us, the byproduct is some percentage of the farm produce. For farming partners, entire produce is their motivation. Hope I'm clear. It's not like that we are doing the investment, we are getting the produce, and farming partners getting some percent of the share. Is a vice versa, is the opposite. Entire produce will goes to the farmers, and some percentage of the produce we will get as our share. Can we construct individual farmhouse in the farmland? Yes. For that, we'll be having a common amenities, as I mentioned in my previous slide. Some restrooms, other common areas will be constructing. So instead of having every farm, I mean every plot having a house, it's better to have common centralized or community houses, because where we are going for the farmlands, that is not the right place to stay there, because it is the interior part of the district or interior part surrounded by the forest. Uh, for next 10 to 15 years, staying there is not suggestible. For that, for such kind of requirement, we do have tier 1, which we will be working on the after once we complete these ventures. In those locations, tier 1, that means 30 kilometers from the main city, there will be having a 5 guntas model or 1 gunta model. There we can construct, there we can have a greenhouses kind of stuff, there we can have. But here now we are targeting tier 2 and tier 2, 3. What are the next steps? As we all have a invest before the exhibition body or association is formed, trustee. Yes. So before we do the agreement with the landlords, we need to have a 50% of the amount we need to pay, and another 50% during the before registration. That means before the registration, we need to pay entire amount. Now, anyway, it will take another 1 month to 1.5 months. By the time the FPO will be formed, the trustee will form, and the association or the guidelines, protocols, everything will be coming into the picture. We have already gave a thought what are those exit criteria, entry criteria, and what are the common guidelines, because definitely there will be some people who wants to resell or who want to exit, and they have to give a preference to the existing members first. If not, they have to associate who will accept the group rules or group bylaws. Now we just need to be ready with the funds or need to transfer the funds to someone bank account. No, for now you need to be ready with the funds, but you have to commit, and you have to make sure that you won't turn up and you don't take a U-turn. And even in such cases, we have to notify as advance. As I mentioned, 50% before the registration to the landlord, before agreement to the landlord, and within 1 month or 2 months we want to complete this project, because giving more time is not a good sign, and before the registration we have to complete the remaining amount. So as a because we are in a pre-sale, all these things is needed. And if you come as a group or as a family or big family or friends, you can hold 5 acres of land on your name, and then that land can be further layout can be happen, and it can be resale. So I mean, I'm planning for just I'll give 1 week advance information. Within 1 week, we pay entire amount, and then on the same day we go for registration. That I'm planning, but I have to see how the group members will respond. Yeah, is farming done using permaculture principles? Yeah, so there are many principles. If you observe this farming ways, what I mentioned, okay, this is a 2 years of study of mine, where what kind of model has to follow, and what kind of land and what kind of model. So permaculture is one school of thought, and there are many different school of thoughts which are more superior, or which are more feasible or more convenient, more customizable. What we are doing here is without any chemicals, we are doing pure natural farming. It can be permaculture, it can be ZBNF, it can be anything. But this is a model I have did R&D for 2 years, which you are seeing in 2 seconds, but it does make sense for this project. So what is the location? Yes, as I mentioned, is a tier 2 is 100 kilometers from the city, and tier 3 is 125 to 150 kilometers from the city. I mean, there are two roads, one is short road and one is a long road. So this is the distance range. What is the location? Okay, as of now, how many people are ready to pay or accept this proposal? Will this NLG charge some processing charges? Of course, yes. There are many fees will be there. Even if you buy a land, we need to pay for the mediators, we need to pay for the survey, we need to pay for the consultant, we need to pay for the fencing. But all that cost is included in this budget. We don't need to uh, go deep, because it's like a, I want a home food. I mean, I want to have a healthy food. I want to have a yummy food. I want to have a tasty food. It has to be like a homemade, and it should be readily available. That is what we thought we'll think when we need any food when you are hungry. Similarly, now this model, this concept, this blueprint, what I call as a one NELG 1 acre model, has included everything, and these are the tentative budgets. Now, as of now, how many people are ready? Yes, once we get the quorum, then only we'll proceed further. Otherwise, we don't proceed. And if not this bigger lands, we do have a smaller lands which are 30 to 35 acres that can be extendable up to 40 acres in the same localities. That means we have bigger lands, we have a smaller lands as well. Is the soil underwent farming before? Yes. In one location is already under existing orchard. If you see, it will be become flat. I'm sure. Is a readily available. What was in my dream for tier 2 model with the red soil, forest, uh, all the take plants as a boundaries, all the fencing and everything. If the soil, okay. If any charge any processing charges, don't mind to pay, but just want to know. Yes, the charges we are going to communicate in the upcoming sessions. If you want to visit the farm, there will be a processing fee. If you want to fill the application, there will be a processing fee. Okay. Yes, I'm repeating. We are not a real estate people to offer you, to educate, to keep our money, and to give a facility to provide a car, to have a site visit, and to follow up, to explain, to communicate, to convince. This is my need. What is my need? This is my need. Hope you are all seeing this theme logo. And I am grouping like-minded people who see the value in this kind of need, who wants to go to their own farmlands with their kids in the weekend, who wants to do the weekend farming, who wants to do a workout in the farm, who wants to get their farm produce from their own land, who wants to take a fresh air on the weekdays. Are you the one? Then this is the right forum. And don't think we are doing this as a social service. As I clearly mentioned, this is not a real estate venture, neither real estate venture nor a social service. It's a self-service with like-minded people. Was it chemically treated or in an organic form you mentioned? Yeah, maybe probably I need to take a one more webinar on the different school of thoughts on farming and how to convert the most chemicals in the farm to nullify them. If you have a proper facilities, within 1 year, we can convert any barren land, any exploited land with many chemicals, that can be converted into natural land. That is what I'm trying to, because of lack of time, I didn't explain further. The Kadu Krishi, what we are doing here, this has a beautiful concept to convert all the chemicals into available resources. Now, will the recording of this webinar or will have to follow per call? Yeah, unfortunately, the first part of the webinar is presentation is not shown. Yeah, this part of the webinar will be shared in YouTube. We are doing a live recording as well. We'll be sharing. I am okay to consider proposal. Yes. So what next? After this, you please reply back with your feedback, and don't feel shy or don't hesitate. Whatever the feedback you have, please share it very openly, bluntly, because I'm not doing this for someone benefit or someone's sake. The more the feedback you give, the more will be the fine tuning, the more will be the customization. I need to know what is the requirement. I need to know what are your expectations. I need to know what is your budget. I need to know how is this plan. Family is not from farming. Is there any government laws forbidding the same in Karnataka? One cannot own. No. The recently they passed the bill. Now anyone can buy a farmland in the Karnataka and Andhra and Telangana. See, this is the one common question many people misguiding us. Unless you are a farmer or you are a farmer in anywhere in India, you can't buy a farmland. Then how come all these investors who bought the hundreds of acres of land, who bought the land? There are thousands of ventures like that, from where they are not farmers, but they find a way. So it's not a problem. Even legally, we have a green signal in Karnataka. We can buy land, not a problem. Any other question? Yeah, any other question? Please raise your hands. Yeah, coming to the people who are not from the Hyderabad or who are not interested in Hyderabad investing. So definitely we have a big plan to replicate the same in 12 different locations. And what are those locations? Where it is and we are going to cover. So why? Because only with that land, having land in hundreds of acres, the farming can be done in a very professional way. So hope you like this conclusion part, and few more questions are coming. Are you planning something near Bangalore? Yes, but it's going to take us some time. That's what I'm saying. Don't wait for the announcement for the Bangalore venture. By the time land rate will appreciate like anything, the best part is invest now and then exit from here and buy there. Just like exchange of getting a new gold with exchange of old gold. Please share the farm visits when scheduled. Yes, once one now from today onwards, we are going to reach all of you whoever has responded to our replies, and we are not going to follow up. Whoever gave a reply with your feedback, we are going to call you individually. We are going to schedule the farm visits, and once everything is concept is clear, the approach is clear, then all the clarity is there, then we are going to make a farm visits. Which are the other reasons you are planning? Yes, of course, in South India, near to every major city. Why? Why you have to do that? If you see the first slide, what is our motto? Maybe not in the first slide. Okay, so we are doing investment for what? Economic safety, food safety and security, like-minded community, blending real estate with natural farming. I repeat, blending real estate with natural farming. When we have ample examples where people are buying farmlands who have a provision, who have options to cultivate, do the farming with the farming partners, and many people will start asking the same kind of models. Then what will happen? All the real estate will people start doing the green cover. Now that is what is happening. So another thing, you see, the question is leading to good answer. How it is different from the real estate venture? Now what will happen in the real estate venture? They buy the land, they do the landscaping, they do the layout, they do some construct some amenities, they will sell, they will disappear, and they will invest in some other real estate venture. Now here we are investing because we want to see a land appreciation. We want to have a good fertile land, which has a good water, which has a good soil for our future generations. Why? Because there are many pollutions, many chemicals, corporation is happening, there are unnatural ways, and cultivation land is decreasing, population is increasing, many living farming as a livelihood, then definitely they are creating a situation where food produce or farming will become a more attractive industry. You hear it correctly, is an industry. Now they already captured, they means the corporate people, they already captured all the supply chain, all the big marts. I don't want to take the name, e-commerce portal, because we forgot to buy the food grains from our retail store nearby. Now we forgot to go to a industry or go to a wholesale shop to buy. Now everybody is comfort, everybody have an internet, they have a laptop or mobile, simply buy on the e-commerce portal or in the e-commerce website. Even for green leaves, even for cool drink, even for paddy rice, even for anything, we are comfortable. We are in a very comfort. Even drinking water also we are buying online. That means they are tying all the knots. They are they are uh, tying the wet cloth around our neck. Maybe that is the right term to use, right word to use. The supply chain is controlled, will be controlled, taken control by the corporate people. Now, when the supply chain is taken, then will be the increasing hospitalization, no natural produce. By the time all the farmlands, no, by this time the investors, big investors, they already bought hundreds, not hundreds, thousands of acres of land. How I know this? Because when I thought of having a farmland venture, I went to many investors, the regular investors who have 8,000 or 10,000 acres of land. When I explained this concept in a different way, then they told they revealed many insights. Okay. Now, when I was looking for a farmlands which have 100 acres or 60 acres, now I see who bought all those farmlands. Again, investors. Who is doing the farming? Who own a small piece of lands? Those are the farmers. They are not going to sell. Now, if you see the political, the farm bill or any other bill, definitely they are going to adopt entire farmlands in a district to a corporate. That is not going to happen. That is why the food safety and food security is coming into picture. I mean, in the online webinar, maybe I'm not that much able to communicate you properly, but those who attended the earlier meetups, there I explained in large what is going to happen, what is happening, what is going to happen, and how we can protect ourselves from such scenarios. So having a conclusion is having a farmland with good fertility of soil, good water is sitting on the gold mine for future generation. Oh, I have already crossed through 1 hour extra. And thank you all for giving the opportunity for me to share my experiences and to give the details and the introduction about the upcoming farmland ventures. So if you like this concept, please reach us on our number with your feedback. Please remember, your feedback is most important. And once everything is seems to be positive, everything we have a good quorum, or we are in a situation to complete this project, and hopefully in the 2 months of time we are going to make a formal official announcement that we completed one activity, one venture. Yeah, thank you all. Any further questions, feel free to